Boycott big banks. Get a good view of JP Morgan. Yeah, guys, come on. Get alive with me. Get alive with me, guys. I got about 25 or so minutes to wrap this up. I've been here almost about an hour and a half here in front of JP Morgan. So yeah, so I want you guys to get on live here, get on live. Come on, let's talk about big banks. Let's also talk about what big banks are doing with the money that they are getting from you, from other investors. Where are that money going? Where is that money going? That's what we're going to talk about today. JP Morgan, one of the largest, if not the largest, banks. I mean, I would assume that they are the largest. I would assume, and one of the reasons I would assume that they are the largest, they have probably one of the most largest clienteles, not only just in America but globally. So JP Morgan is not a small bank, and yeah, in my opinion, they probably are the largest bank. And if you can correct me on that, if they are the largest bank here, let me know. If they are not the largest bank, let me know. But we're gonna find out here today as you guys get on. We are going to discuss how these banks and what the banks are doing with the money that they get. All right. Now, standing here today, one of the things that really got me here today was a protest that was held at this bank. Now, the protests that were held at this bank were held by a group called Mindful Rebels. Now, Mindful Rebels, Mindful Rebels, yeah, they are classified as Mindful Rebels. What they do, their style of protesting is where they would go to a place and sit there. A whole bunch of them will sit there and just sit there for a certain time frame and then get up and leave. That is their style, their way of protest. Since I've been standing next to the protesting, or to this group, they had never screamed anything like justice, justice, justice. This group just sit at this bank. That's what they do. They just sit there. They call them Mindful Rebel. They just sit and look around. A whole bunch of them just sit there and look around. I never heard a single word like fossil fuel against JP Morgan. Nothing was said. They were just sitting there quiet, but a whole group of them just sitting there. And I was confused when I first seen that. I was like, hold on. I was like, this cannot be a protest. But again, when I asked them, they told me, yeah, we are here to protest. And I'm saying, guys, I'm here to film. I'm a journalist. They were like, yeah. And I was saying, are you guys going to scream or say something? They were like, no. They were like, no, we just sit. That's what we do. And I asked them what the name of the protest. They said Mindful Rebels. And I was very curious. And I said, what is Mindful Rebels? They were like, oh, we're an organization in New York City. What we do, like where we are now, standing here in front of JP Morgan, we would just sit there. We don't scream. We just raise a sign that says JP Morgan is funding fossil fuel, or JP Morgan is funding arms. That's all they do. They don't scream. They don't do anything intense. They just sit there. So they call Mindful Rebels. That's my first time as a journalist, my first time seeing this group. They call them Mindful Rebels. You and I know when we go to a protest, we expect noise. You and I know that. A protest is where people scream and scream. This group do not scream at all. They just sit there with a sign that says, I'm standing at the bank. I'm here at the bank right here. And they got a sign that says, JP Morgan, support fossil fuel. JP Morgan, support arms. No protest. That's it. The sign is the one that they just shown. They're not talking. Now, I'm standing here in front of JP Morgan. I'm at the bank here. And one of the primary reasons why this protest is being held here is because JP Morgan is funding fossil fuel. It means that according to the protesters who are, I would classify as climate activists, because I mean, in my opinion, that's who they are, climate activists. So they are here trying to buttress, hold those shareholders here accountable when it comes to fossil fuel. They are saying to JP Morgan, stop funding fossil fuel. Stop funding fossil fuel. They are saying, listen, man, all that money, $430 billion that you are spending towards fossil fuel, you can invest that money into renewable energy, So that's the essence of the protest here. Now, I was very curious. And as a journalist, I was very curious, and I asked some of the employees here that work for JP Morgan. And I said, there's a protest going on outside. Are you guys a part of this fossil fuel funding? And he told me very clear, I can't talk on that. That is not my space and place to talk on that. And he just kind of brushed me off. And then I proceeded to ask other JP Morgan staff here at this bank. And I didn't get the response that I needed. But nobody could tell me whether JP Morgan were funding that. So what I did a research. And I came to realize that JP Morgan is not only just funding fossil fuel. They are also manufacturing and funding arms. Let me see what somebody in the chat says here. Love Cool James. Preach. Trump preach. Sir, thank you, sir. Get out of here. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Okay, guys. So now my question here, are banks supposed to fund fossil fuel? I'm not a climate control activist. That is not my space, right? But I'm asking y'all in the chat, are banks supposed to fund fossil fuel? Also, are banks supposed to fund arms? Because from the research that I did, after I talked to those protesters, I did a research, my computer's right here, and they told me that not only just fossil fuel that JP Morgan is funding. I'm standing here, the bank is right there. They are also funding ammunition, arms. Now I said to myself, I know I don't bank at this bank, but do I want my money that I work hard for to go to a bank and that be used to farm, to manufacture ammunition? Or those who invested in this bank knows that's what the money is doing? You know what I mean? I'm totally inconsistent with those protesters, those climate control protesters who are protesting on what they classify as a fossil fuel. Fossil fuel. A lot of you guys probably know what fossil fuel really is. Now the word is gearing towards renewable energy. I'm still surprised why JP Morgan spending $430 billion a year on fossil fuel. The matter of fact, the research I did, JP Morgan been doing that since 2015 up to this date, funding fossil fuel. Now, we are advocating for renewable energy. Like I said again, I'm not an activist. I'm not a climate control activist. But at this point in time, the manner in which the world is shifting with the climate constraint, let me use the word constraint, or the climate construct. I don't believe that banks should be funding fossil fuel. Renewable energy, yes, I agree. But fossil fuel, I oppose to that. And another thing that resonated with me when I did another research is that JP Morgan is funding manufacturing of arms. Give me the price for you to quit your job. Give me the price. Who said that? Doc in Rink Con 4742. You want me to quit my job? You're gonna pay me to quit my job. I love that. How much money for you to quit your job, and give me a number? Whoo. You know what though? To be honest, this is more or less just a job. It's a passion. You can pay for that. You can pay for that. It's a passion. Even if I were to tell you right now and you were to cash me a check, you're still going to see me back again doing it again. It's a passion. Money can't pay for that. I apologize. I know if you got extra money, I suggest you donate that to somebody else. I'm good. Money can't pay for that, man. All right? I appreciate the offer though, but it just can't. Bro, it's not no sellout. No, never been a sellout. Never been. To be honest, never been. All right? But again, I don't even know what the name is. Doc Joe or Doc. Bro is passionate about messing up the country. Yeah. You know, I know you're trying to hit on the hat now, but that's okay. You know what I mean? I think I explained this hat days ago that this hat should be worn by every American. This hat right here, every American. But let's get back to JP Morgan. This bank right here, to be honest, is the most notorious bank. And if you bank at this bank, sad to say, your money is being used to cause chaos. You know what I mean? Let me see the chat again. It is okay to look into the mirror and say, I am as, yeah, I know. You guys right there from JP Morgan, I can tell you guys just getting on the undercover cops and police trying to interfere with what I'm saying. But again, good move though. Good move, guys. Good move, guys. I know a lot of undercover cops in my chat, and that's cool. Now, if you banking at this bank, I hope you know that your money is causing chaos. All right? I'm just saying. I hope you know that whatever you put in every month at this bank, whether it's through stock, wherever portfolio you got at this bank, just keep this in mind. That portfolio that you got at this bank is used to purchase arm, manufacture arm, and also fossil fuel. All right? Just keep that in mind. Now, the question I want to ask you in the chat, do you want your money that you work so hard for, day in, day out for? Do you want a bank to take that money and invest that money into fossil fuel? And not only into fossil fuel, but into weapons and ammunition? Talk to me in the chat. It is okay, man. UNC, we still love you, man. Come home. All right. You are saying the money is causing chaos, while the person you are representing is causing more chaos. But you know what though? JP Morgan, the focus of JP Morgan is not the hat. The hat right here said "Make America Great." That's it. You didn't see nothing else here but making America great. This bank behind me right here, there's a protest going on just right opposite of me here. Now, I'm sent here to film what's going on at this bank. I'm asking you in this bank, in this chat, keep talking. Black for Trump is wild. Thank you. Do you want your money, your money that you invest in this bank, whether you got a portfolio here in this bank, do you want your money to be used for arms and ammunition? Do you want your money also to be used for fossil fuel? I'm just saying, guys. Now, the protest that is going on here just down the street. It's a protest just down the street right here. The group called Mindful Rebels are protesting the bank on what they classify as fossil fuel extraction. Yeah, fossil fuel extraction. I like that word, fossil fuel extraction. So it means that they are classified as climate activists. I've never known of a climate activist. It's my first time seeing a whole bunch of intelligent, smart young people here protesting this bank mismanagement of funds. That's what they told me, mismanagement of funds. They also told me that the bank here is utilizing the funds to cause chaos globally. And not only just that, they also reiterated to me that the bank is also funding manufacturing of arms. That kind of caught me off guard because I would never think a bank will be funding manufacturing of arms. You know, the fossil fuel, you know, I didn't understand that. I had to be educated on the fossil fuel thing. But when you say the bank is funding or manufacturing arms, I was just trying to process as to why would a bank pursue that? Why would a bank want to engage in that? What is the bank trying to get from that? Manufacturing arms. For what? For who? Sell it to who? What is the intent behind that? That was the question that I was pondering in my head when they said JP Morgan is manufacturing arms. I was asking, are they manufacturing arms for the US or manufacturing arms for just anybody? And that's something that I was just pondering, thinking about, and they broke that down for me, that this bank is not only just funding fossil fuel, but they are doing other chaotic stuff as well. The F, they have been doing it for 50 years, and now you are mad. You know what? But you know what? To be honest, what's the name there? Or really, bro? To be honest, I was sitting here to film the protest. And every time I get to a place to film, I would speak to those who are protesting. Hey, how you doing, boss? Take it, man. Take it. I would talk to those who are protesting, and I will also be very transparent and speak to those who also work at JP Morgan. Well, if they choose to give me information, that's fine. You also stated it's been going on for 50 years, right? Now, does it mean that because it's been going on for 50 years, it means that we can't talk about it now? Is that what you're saying, no? So you're saying that anything that goes at a certain point in time, we should just let it go? Come on now, come on. I know you're very intelligent. Loud, real, bro. Come on. I know you're very intelligent. Well, if it's been going on for 50 years, there's a lot of things in this country that have been going on for so many years, but we stood against it and it shifted, right? So the fact that they are here, they may not be as powerful as other protesters or other protesting or other groups, but they are here to make noise. They are here to shine the light on something. I should not ignore that. You cannot discourage me to say, oh, come on, man. Why are you talking about that stuff? It's been 50 years. Okay, well, at least I'm talking about it now. They're talking about it now. You see? So it means that tomorrow, somebody else would. That's how things change. Let me give you an example here. We are in a country where we are evolving. We are evolving. There are things that we have considered as norm. And as time went on, we're like, nah, it's unacceptable. That's human rights violation. Let's change that. So there are things that we have lived with in this country as norm. And as time went on, it became clear that's not normal. Let's move away from that. All right. So that's what it is here, right? This bank has been engaging into what they classify as clandestine. Number one, funding, manufacturing arms. A bank? I never heard of that. I understand that banks take your money and create a portfolio and they invest it into the stock, but I never heard about a bank taking your money and investing that into weapons and arms. I also didn't understand that a bank would get involved in the fossil fuel, to be honest. So it's a learning curve for me and those protesters here. Let me see in the live here. You guys are really hitting me up in the live here. Let me see in the live. And guys, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you follow me, guys. All right? Make sure you follow me. So when I go live, I don't want to take more than 5 minutes to have you guys on. Follow me. Make sure you follow me. So when I go live, instantaneously you get there. Because when I leave from here, I'm going to another location when I'm going to go live again. I want you guys to be on. Hey, he's on. He's on. Let me get on. Now, let me see the critics here in this live. Critics. I will call you guys critics. Joe Chael. Joe Chael. You call me Joe? Now my name is Joe now. Say wise stuff just to say it. No, I'm not saying wise stuff to say it. I have never known of a bank, and like I said again, maybe it's my period to be educated. I never knew of a bank to take its clients' money and invest it into weapons and ammunition. I never heard of that. I know banks take their clientele's money and invest it into the stock market where a return in its return, what's the right word? ROR, return on investment. That's what I know banks would normally do. I never knew of bank taking their clientele's money and investing that into what we classify as ammunition, weapons, fossil fuel. This bank I'm standing, JP Morgan, does that. So it's new to me. It's new to them, the protester. And if it's not new to you and you said 50 years they've been doing that, does that make it right though? If you've been doing something for so long and you may think that it's normal, but does that make it right? I don't think so. Somebody said chill. I'm chilling. Exactly, man. Least I am talking about it now. Exactly. My man Joe back. God bless. At least we are talking about it. You see, what make America great, and I'm going to say it again, is that we are willing to address the uncomfortable issues. That's what make any country great. That's what make us great. We are able to look in the mirror and say, you know what, look at me, man. You know what? I got a nasty behavior, man. I got to work on that. You know what? I'm not sociable, man. I got to be more sociable. You know what? I don't read a lot. Maybe I'm going to read a lot more. You know what? I've never been proactive into what whatever going on in this country. I think I need to. So that's growth. When you've been doing something for so long and you try to divert from that, that's growth. All right? If we don't hold this bank accountable, this bank is going to proceed into the next 50 years. Like you told me in the chat, 50 years, they are going to go into another 50 years using the clientele's money for arms and fossil fuel. Are you guys fully informed with the increase of heat? I think you guys know. I mean, a lot of you guys are very smart. I mean, I got all geniuses, in my life here. All geniuses. Okay, agree. Let me know why Mar-a-Lago is now Democratic run. Mar-a-Lago is Democratic run. I didn't know that. Hey, talk to me on that. Allow, really, bro? Break that down for me. Mar-a-Lago is Democratic run. Let me know. Why aren't you worried about the person you are representing using the same scheme JP Morgan has used? But on the entire country, both he was president and now. You know what? Good question. Good question. Very good question. You're right. I should hold President Trump accountable. To be honest, as much as I support President Trump to the fullest, I do hold President Trump accountable when President Trump does some things that is not American. I do hold him accountable. If you guys go on my social media, I got a lot of followers on my social media. On my Facebook, if you guys ever go on my Facebook, I got an extensive follower, man. I got about a lot, countless. They will tell you, as much as I wear this hat, I criticize President Trump on a lot of issues. But that does not mean that I'm not a big Trump guy. I criticize him on a lot of issues. Why do I do that? Regardless of the man that I support as a great leader or the leader of the free word, when he slips on some stuff, I do criticize him. I don't just say, oh, you know what, no. I criticize him on that. But I do not turn my back on him because he says something or did something out of pocket. I do say, that's bullshit right there, man. That right there, that gives him a right there. But again, does he go back and learn from that? Yes. So I understand what you're saying. JP Morgan may be doing the same exact thing that President Trump is doing. But again, somebody like you and I, like the protesters out here, we got to take a stand. If we don't call it out, JP Morgan may assume that's normal. That's normal. Fossil fuels normal. Protesters, climate protesters are saying that's not normal. Now, I'm a human rights activist. You are a human rights activist. If they are manufacturing guns, if this bank is doing that, that is against human rights. Something that you should stand for. Let me go back in the chat. Let me go back in the chat again and answer another question in the chat again. What dipping sauce do you get with your chicken tender? Ryan Shauno 435. What dipping sauce do I get with my chicken? What dipping sauce? I get a Make America Great sauce. That's what I get, bro. To be honest. Yes, go mega baby. I love it. Edward Misma, go baby. That's right. Go baby mega. I love it. God bless. I live in Australia, not America. God bless you. Live in Australia. You better come back to America. That's the greatest country on the earth. All right. I know for sure you in Australia. It's not best over there than here. I bet you on that one. Joe, you are saying I'm not Joe, man. I'm not Joe. Let me give you guys my official handle. My official handle. I want you guys to pay close attention. If you're smart, you will put that in the chat. If you're smart, you will put it in the chat. SDWJR. S as Sam. D as David. W as Wilson. J as Jack. R as Robert. If you're serious, put that in the chat. Just Google me or just say AI, who is SDWJR? And once AI tells you, you will know from this point on when I go live, you will better get on live and be like, oh no, he well known. He's not just some regular dude just standing. Oh yeah, he's well known. So Google that, SDWJR, and then get back to me in the live and know who you're talking to. So now when you ask me a question, you will say he's very knowledgeable. That's a smart guy right there. Next question here. Never mind, wouldn't say anymore, man. Your low viewership speak volume. You know what, to be honest, let me say something here. I never ever intend to ever go live. I got platforms that people follow me on. Never plan to go live at all. I never been. One of the motivating factor why I go live is because there are issues like these right here that never go live. Now this protest is going on right here. I just came and documented it. My badge on, documented it, sent it to the news station, and I move on. But what good is that going to do if it just go to the news station and it go in the news and that's it? But when it go live, you who hear me say this, do you know how many people get on my live when I get done? 3,000, 4,000 people on the live when I get done. And if those 3,000, 4,000 people can get that information, are you serious, man? Are you freaking serious? I don't care. I don't give a F about the low views. See, that's a problem. You see, you guys always focus on the numbers. I'm focused on the education. If I can get one to be educated, that's it. I don't give a F about the numbers. The number gonna count when you can educate. I'm educating you on what JP Morgan is doing, and you worried about the numbers in the chat and the lower view? Are you serious? Is that what your life is based on? How many people on your life? Or are you concerned about the information that people can benefit from? Come on, man. Come on. Come on, guys. Come on, man. Come on, man. You guys should be more mature than this. He called you Joe. What a clown. That's right. Thank you, bro, man. Thank you, man. All right, thank you, bro. Thank you. Yeah, he called me Joe. You know what I mean? But you know what? Do you know why he called me Joe? Because he don't want to get my real name. Because once he get my real name or my initial, it changed the game. So by calling me Joe in my life, it means that those who follow me would not know who he talking to. But again, that's okay. I ain't mad. I'm going to take every comment. TBA. I was talking to the clown in your chat, not calling you Joe. Okay, thank you. Oh, man, I love you, man. My bad. Godzilla, good king. My bad, brother. My bad. I apologize. Where you think investing end up? Where do you think investing end up? You know, to be honest, I got stocks. You know what I mean? I don't want to say I got stock. I'm going to take that back. I got a portfolio or EFT. Let me be honest. Let me be more clear. I don't want to say I get a stock. I got an EFT, all right? I got an EFT. So I don't invest in separate individual stocks. The only single stock that I have ever attempted to invest in individually was Visa, and that's it. Every other investment I got is all condensed into EFT. Now, in my opinion, stocks, when it comes to stocks or EFT, in my opinion, to be honest, I only do one single stock, and that's Visa. And one of the reasons why I did that because of dividends. All right? Apart from that, every other stock that I got is all in EFT. But again, a bank, man, come on, guys, come on. A bank should never, ever take its clients' money and invest it into fossil fuel and weapon. In my opinion, that's unacceptable. That is just my opinion. I don't invest in this bank. I never invested in this bank. My brother graduated from Duke University, worked at this bank about 5 years or so. Now he's an executive in Atlanta now with another bank. So I got some ties with, when I say some ties, not like direct ties, but a family member or my brother, worked for JP Morgan after he graduated from Duke and worked for JP Morgan for at least 5 years or so. But again, technically speaking though, I don't think a bank should. But let me get in the chat here and answer a few questions here. It does not, but this is the way things are. You're right, you're absolutely right. Another dumb pool mega online. Thank you, brother, thank you. You know, megas always get it here. You know, people don't like Trump. People don't like us. People don't like nothing else that we do. But to be honest though, we are the most genuine people who really love America. To be honest, everyone that wears this hat, we are authentic. We genuine. Anyone that wears this hat, we genuine. Ain't nothing hating. We're not secrecy. We don't have no other laws skeleton in the closet. We genuine. If you guys follow me and Google me and look me up, we genuine. We honest. We real people. We ain't got a little fake stuff going on. We genuine. So anyone that wears this hat, we genuine. And that's what you guys hate. Because genuine people rock with Trump. Honest people rock with Trump. Most of the people who rock with Trump are very educated, very smart. We know how to really communicate like I'm doing now. We are just naturally smart people. And it's normal to hate that. That's cool. Call me dumb. That's cool. I ain't mad. Damn, he is really misinterpreting the chat. You know what? Because you know what? You're right. Let me go out to the, you know what? I apologize, bro. I'm trying to read this chat in the order that is, okay. So you are saying he is racist, but you are okay with it. You know what? Let me say in the chat, right? If I say everybody once were racist or have said something racist, will you all agree with me? And I'm gonna say everyone that we know have lied. Every one of us on earth, in one form or another, been racist or has said something racist. Tell me if I'm lying or not. Tell me if it's not true. Tell me if it's not true. Somewhere down the road, we have taught some racist taught. We have said some racist stuff. We have engaged people in some form of racistness. We have done something. So don't point fingers like you don't have one coming at you. See, that's the thing. This is what I realized. The ones who always claim that others are racist don't realize the fingers that is coming back at them is worse, because the biggest one that's coming at you. You saying this, but look at this coming to you. This is bigger than this. So you're the biggest racist. Why are you calling others racist? Come on, man. Come on. Iran just sunk the U.S. Liberty. Is that a new update or what? All right, you know what? Look, guys. If you guys want me to shift this conversation from J.P. Morgan to Trump and what's going on in the Middle East, then I would have to close the chat and then reopen it up again. But make sure you follow me. If you want to hear us discuss something away from J.P. Morgan, then I'll have to close this chat and then reopen it up at another location where we can talk about what is going on in the Middle East right now, because that's something that I'm very, very in tune, and I would love to talk about that. And I think to me, it would just kill the whole chat, to be honest. You know what I mean? When it comes to what's going on in the Middle East, that's just my cup of tea. You know what I mean? I can eat that with me in my sleep. I'm on that. I'm a Trump guy, so what's going on in the Middle East? Come on now. But if you guys want me to just shift this conversation from J.P. Morgan to have another conversation, then we will have to shut down this chat, open this chat, but make sure you follow me, guys. Make sure you guys follow me. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you follow me. So when I reactivate the live again, you guys will be on, because I'm seeing all the names here that are talking all the political crap. I want you guys on so I can see how savvy you guys are. The U.S. sunk the ship. I can touch on that, but I don't want to drift away from the J.P. Morgan, from this bank involvement into what we classify as fossil fuel and also ammunition. All right? Any more questions in the chat, guys? You guys just come up. Hey, see your head and skin color and get mad and want to make it about something else other than what you want to talk about. Yeah, because you know what? Creamy, how you doing, Creamy? They see your head and your skin color and get mad, and they want, how you doing, Creamy? Yeah, that's my, Creamy is just one of my Creamy, and yeah. You know when Creamy get on, I feel like, I got a little extra protection, you know what I mean? Thank Trump for sending military equipment to Israel at the expense of the people. You know what, guys? Look, to be honest, I have done you guys injustice. I've done you guys injustice, to be honest. You know what I mean? And one of the reasons why I've done you guys injustice is because I refuse to go live on my spare time. I always go live on my work time. And that's the reason why when you guys bring these political discussion, I can't talk on it, because whenever I go live, it's always about what's going on now, where I'm standing. But I do have something that I do when I get off. I get off work at about 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. I get off. I start in the morning about 6. I'm done about 3. And then I have my own live where I sit down. I'm not standing where there's a lot of traffic. I sit down and I engage on what's going on in the Middle East. Trump, what's going on in America, and then globally and stuff like that. And to be honest, I love that live because folks get on, it's all politics. You know what I mean? I get views, when I say views, from different people, views on one thing that I see from their lens. It is interesting to see how the chat lights up, people giving their honest views. Even though they may not do it on their social media, but they have that luxury to come on my live and be as open and talking to me about what they think is going on. Do you know how many times on my live I've heard people say, you know that Trump made a wrong move. You know we should not have been into Iran. That is not our battle. That is not our war. I love the conversation because you know what it does, it unite, but it brings us to a place where we must have these dialogues. It is okay to have different views. It is okay to be black. It's okay for somebody to be white. It's normal. That's the beauty of the world we live in. I would never wear a hat that is not Trump hat or Make America Great. That's just me. You don't have to wear this hat, but it doesn't mean that we cannot agree on something. Doesn't mean that. Let me go back in the chat again. Somebody asked me, man, I love this chat. Honestly, I don't care about what this man has to say. He is living in the same economic as the rest of us. Every day it is getting worse and worse, and he knows who's doing it would not have made it. So you're saying that the state of America now is all the fault of Trump. Are you saying where we are right now is all the sole responsibility of President Trump? Keep this in mind, though. President Trump got in office when? What, about a year now? About a year now, right? Now, let's go back Obama's 8 years. See, I don't want to have the discussion, man, to be honest, because I'm focused on this right here, because I can take you back and bring you back to Biden and then give you a little bit more insight. Now you understand that Trump is just a meritor of what we're already messed up. All right? So we can blame Trump for what's going on right now. Let's blame those who came 2 years, 2 terms. Biden, Obama's. And here we are now. All right, so thank President Trump for being the first black president. Oh man, I love that right there. President Trump, the first black president, man. I love it. I love it. You know what? You guys are amazing, man. You guys can say some stuff that crack me up. We blame Biden for Iran. Woo! Someone just said that. We blame Biden for Iran. But guys, let me say it here, man. JP Morgan. I know you guys want to talk about Iran and what's going on. We will discuss that today. I will go live today at about 5 o'clock. All right, I'll go live. I'll sit down. I'll go live, and I want you guys to come on. Follow me. Follow me. I'm going to come on, and we will talk about anything that has to do with whatever is going on across America, across the world, the Middle East, the protests, and so forth. We will talk on that. Any more questions, guys, before I even leave right now? Any more questions? I'll blame Charlie Kirk for Iran. The truckers against Trump. See, I love all these subjects you guys bringing up here. I'm a Hillary for Iran. I just say you are an idiot. There you go. Well, we got hater in the blame. Biden. All right, Biden. We blame Biden for everything. All right. Trump is a big loser. There we go. He is not black. There we go. Trump is not black. That's right. We blame Biden. I love it. All right, guys. I love you guys, man. God bless. Today, I'm going to go live today at 5 o'clock today. If I got nothing else on my list, and we will break down a few things I'm see going on in the chat. I love you guys, and God bless, man. Stay tight. Remember this. Let's make America great. And also, use your gift to give others a lift. And next time when I come back on live, I want you guys to tell me who is SDWJR. That's me, SDWJR. If any of you guys can put that in the chat and call me by that name in the chat, then it tells me that you are very smart because you want to know who else you're talking to. God bless.